tell you about 7 surprising ways companies are winning on social media. And I've heard people dissing on social media. Noah was saying he didn't care about it. Jason was saying Facebook, was throwing Facebook under the bus. But I'm here to tell you that social media is still a way you can reach out and connect to new people. It's still an extremely powerful way to do your marketing. And as I've been connecting with you, I already know that you guys are already winning out there. You're already doing some of this stuff. I talked to Andrea, the holistic life coach, who is using Facebook to connect to her 35,000 fans and sharing health tips and things like that. I talked to I forget your name, but it was the K-8 charter school who was using social media to share stories from the children and the families who decided to go to their charter school and make that decision. Really powerful stuff. And then I also talked to the fun park person in Wisconsin who was using targeted Facebook ads to connect to potential families and vacationers for their fun park. So tons of things you guys are already doing, and you guys are awesome. And like Jason Vahl said, this isn't anything new, but what I want you to take away is just an idea, a reminder of something to try, some new technique or something maybe you've done before that you're going to experiment with. And then I also got a little philosophical, because enough about you guys. That's enough. Let's bring it back to me now, okay? I am also an example of winning on social media. 8 years ago, I had no idea that starting my blog as Grandma Mary would lead to 3 editions of Facebook Marketing All-in-One for Dummies, being able to speak in England on the same stage as Prince Charles. I got a sneaky selfie with him in his ear. It was, it was awkward. And also now here with you, come to amazing events like this. And I had no idea that just by building up my authority on my blog and on my social sites, that this would do all of that for me. So I'm really happy to be here. And let's get started. So, is this the only thing working? Grumpy Cat, I know we've all heard the news. Organic reach is dead. Google Plus is breaking up. And there's too many social sites out there. And now Twitter putting in photos and talking about extending the tweets. What is that about? It's 140 characters. Is anything sacred anymore? No, no. What are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to compete with the fact that 17 million people watched this dog fall down the stairs? People are crazy. It's like America's Funniest Home Videos, Season 4, cat tripping, or animal tripping. But I watched it 4 times personally, actually. So, so there is more working on social media. But the point is, too, that humor works. You've got to incorporate a little bit of humor. People are on social media to have fun and be social. So make sure you're adding in some humor every once in a while. Don't shy away from that, even though you're a business, because that's what people want to see. And I know people sometimes complain, like, well, the only thing I get likes on is my humor pieces. Well, thank God they're at least paying attention to you a little bit. You're popping into their mind. You're in their space. And hopefully you're increasing your ability to then be seen again later with a different type of message. It's a little more serious. So I'm going to show you 7 examples of what's working. Number 1, I have a variety of examples in this, is some B2B examples, some small businesses, and some large businesses. Maersk Line, does anyone follow this on social media at all, or have you heard of this? This is a B2B shipping company. It's the shipping company with the highest share of the business out there, and they do an amazing job on social media. They have 15% of the shipping business worldwide, but their social sites blow away their closest competitors on social. It's amazing. 1.1 million Facebook likes, 124,000 LinkedIn followers. You can read it. But what I love about what they do is they are sharing their stories. And you'll see this as a common theme through everything I'm sharing with you today, is that it's all about sharing the stories. And early on, when they decided to get on social 4 years ago, 2011, in just 4 short years, this is where they've come with a very small budget, they decided that their overarching determination of whether they would put something on social would be, will our followers find this interesting? For every single piece of content they put out there, they asked that question. Will our followers find this interesting? And if the answer is no, it's most likely a sales message. So, and I'm not saying that you can't sell on social media, because you absolutely can sometimes, not much. You have to keep those messages to a minimum. But you have to be interesting. And they definitely are. They rely a lot on beautiful photos and interesting little facts. For example, I love their Pinterest board about what it's like to live in a container. Because who doesn't want to know that? Container living. It's like tiny houses, except worse. So they've got beautiful, beautiful images. Another thing that's interesting about what they decided when they first were starting out is that they really just made their main goal as being to be more connected to their customers. That is their whole goal of social media, to be more connected to their customers. They also have 7,000 of their 25,000 employees that are seafaring. I just think that sounds awesome. I'm like, God, I kind of want to go be a pirate, you know, and join their line. It's probably nothing like that, but anyway. And what social media does for those seafaring employees is to connect them deeply with the people that they are away from a lot of the time. And social media is also the way the company is connecting with those employees. So that can be another goal, is to make sure you're connecting with employees and potential employees. And I love this, this quote here. For a company, I'm going to read it from over here. For a company like ours, social media creates most value when it challenges the way we think and interact. In fact, social media is a mindset, a way of thinking and working together. It's based on the fact that we are social animals, and that means we can only benefit from sharing our thoughts and ideas with each other. I love that idea that they have put together. And you can see they're sharing gorgeous pictures. They're so beautiful. And photos are a huge strategy online. I think 90% of what you're sharing on social media should include some kind of visual these days. Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, you notice they're all very, very visual. Of course, Facebook. So 90% of what you're sharing out there should include some visual. Now, if your business is not visual, there's lots of other ways to do this. You can use quote tools or these visual tools that will just allow you to put text in a cool image. Things like PicMonkey, WordSwag. If you're not familiar with Canva yet, how many people use Canva? Okay, if you don't use Canva, go check it out. It is so awesome. You're going to love it. It is a free tool, and it's shown at the bottom there. And what I have is I have a blog template that I can put every title of my blog post in and make it look really pretty so that every blog post I have has a nice image along with it that has the big title of my post. And it takes me just a few minutes to go do, or my VA to go do that. And then what you can do with it as well is Canva at work automatically resizes those visuals for optimal sharing on Pinterest and Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, because they're all different sizes. They're all slightly different. Totally pisses me off that you can't They don't just agree. You know, why do we have to be a little oblong here and a little long there and whatever? So Canva at Work is the paid tool that will automatically resize that and optimize that just for every social site whenever you design something new. So definitely check that out. So lesson number 1, I'm going to share 7 lessons with you along the way. Lesson number 1 is to use social media for the right reasons. Use social media to get closer to your customers, like Maersk Line says. And look at those ships. I mean, who knew how beautiful those ships are? They're gorgeous. So the next example is Townsville Barra Fun Park. It's an example from Australia, down under, friends down under. And one of my students, Tracy Rarity, is an advisor to this group. And what they are is it just like they have fishing and like water slides. And when she started advising them, they had 100 fans and 100 email subscribers. And what they did was systematically use contests and incentives to get people to opt in to their AWeber email list. No, I don't know if they use AWeber, but I'm just trying to plug that. And they would also offer specials that were only available on social media, things like check-in deals. And they could use some better graphics, though. I don't tell them I said that. But so the cup of coffee, it's awesome. And through doing this, through using contests and special deals, they were able to grow their email list to 10,000 fans, or 10,000 subscribers, or 2,000 subscribers. So that is really fantastic because they're not relying on social media to deliver their message. I love social media, but I am a big believer in using all of social media to funnel people back to your email list, to your AWeber email list. And they're a relatively small town, and they get tons of engagement. In fact, this short video of some moms, or in Australian, mums, on the big banana. Who doesn't want to see mums on the banana? Okay. So anyway, 2,500 video views. And again, it's a relatively small page. So they were definitely getting lots of people checking that out. They also, even just on this really just basic picture of them setting up their water slide, they had, what is that, 76 likes or 51 likes or something like that, and lots of 79 shares of that, of them setting up their water slide. What kind of great word of mouth, digital word of mouth is that when you've got all these people sharing the fact that you're setting up your water slide? So just great pictures. So lesson number 2 from Townsville Barra Fun Park is don't build your castle on rented property. And Facebook and social media is rented property. You have to move those fans and followers over to your email list. It's your main priority. And what I love about social media is that you can go out and find these targeted people to connect with, but get them over to your email list as fast as possible. So case study number 3, we're going to talk about Damsel in defense. This is a lawyer with sparkles. Love the sparkles and the bling. And the thing, she was a client of mine, and what she had is an online legal course for entrepreneurs. She had a series of legal documents, B2B. She was B2B because she's approaching entrepreneurs about how to use legal to protect their business. And she had never launched a big course before. But what we did was we spent about 70% of her ads budget in the pre-launch phase, which is what I also recommend. Spend most of your ads budget on the pre-launch phase. And we designed a Facebook ad campaign for her that was really going to focus on getting people over to that email list. So she had some free webinars, she had a 3-part video series, all these things that you've heard mentioned today. It's awesome, all coming together. And then we used Facebook ads to funnel those people, those targeted people, into that list. And we did a series of split tests around this. So that if you're looking to save money on Facebook ads, one of the things you need to look at is split testing your ads. That's going to be the #1 technique that will allow you to figure out which ad is converting at a lower cost. So you're going to try different demographics that you're going to send your ad to, or send the ad to, right? And you're going to split test some different images. So do those things to then optimize what is working best for you. The other thing we used is Facebook conversion pixels. That's a really powerful technique, and that's changing up a little bit. There was a website conversion pixel that would allow you to measure how much it costs for you to get an opt-in from email. How many people have used conversion pixels? Just a few of you, it looks like. Okay, so a few of you. So I have some great posts on my blog about how to set up conversion pixels. If you just go to andreavahl.com/Facebook-advertising, and there's lots of Facebook ad stuff there that will help you. But what we did then was we were able to measure which ad was converting the most leads, and then we would run that ad at a higher budget. And so we knew that that ad was costing us the least amount in cost per click as well as cost per lead. But she didn't spend a lot of money on selling the course. She let her email marketing do the work for her at that point. We did do a little bit of retargeting, which you can also do with Facebook pixels. And what you're doing there is you're building up an audience of people who have visited your website, but maybe they didn't opt in. So you want to be able to somehow capture those people. You know how when you go to Amazon and you look at some pants and then those pants follow you all around the internet? And sometimes it's annoying. I know it's frustrating. I'm like, no, I didn't want those pants the first time. But the truth is, retargeting works. That's why people are doing it. You can see the costs right there when you do all the measurements. The retargeting ads deliver the lowest cost per sale. So that they do work. And I know it's annoying, but that's the name of the game these days. So we did do some ads that would sell to people who had visited our website. We also did some ads that were of people where they were on her email list. So we uploaded our whole email list to a Facebook audience, custom audience, and then we're able to advertise directly to those people as well. So now they're not only seeing the message in their email, they're also getting a reminder on Facebook. And you can actually also remove all the people who've already purchased the product. So now you're not wasting any money showing the ad to people who have already bought it. You're only showing it to the people who are on your email list but haven't bought yet. So it's a great reminder for those things. The other thing she did really well is use affiliates and promotional partners, like Noah was talking about, to get in front of new audiences. So she had joint webinars where they would be an affiliate, she would present the material, and then sell to that new group of a huge group that was a targeted, perfect target for her. So she had a six-figure launch of the course with only a few months of promotion of this, and it was a real great success for her. So here are some of the ads, and what I wanted to show you here is that the ad on the right is done in Power Editor, and you can do, Power Editor is one of the kind of more advanced tools in Facebook that allows you some advanced techniques that you can do. But most of the things you can do in the Ads Manager, but this type of ad you can't do in the Ads Manager. It's Power Editor only because it's got all that long text in it, and it's also got the call to action button. We used a variety of images, and we were doing a lot of different testing on audiences. Now the ad on the right, on the left, my right, your left, is a boosted post. But that is, we boosted that to her warm audience only, her fans only. And one of the big mistakes that most Facebook page owners do is that they overuse the boosted post. Do not use the boosted post unless you're truly looking only for engagement on that post itself. It's not as good as a traffic driver as if you are setting up, if you're going with a website click ad or website conversion ad, because those ads are optimized to show them to people who like to click on website ads and click over and go to your website. The boosted post is optimized to people who like to like things. They like things or they comment on things. They aren't necessarily the website clickers. Facebook is tracking all this. And so don't use boosted posts when your true goal is website traffic. If your true goal is website traffic, use a website click ad or a website conversion ad and get people over to your website where you can convert them then. And then, of course, the lead ads are coming out. We won't talk all about that, too. That's something new in Facebook that's coming out. So here's a couple more examples. And like I said, we use lots of different images, lots of different keywords. We were able to target the fans of like-minded pages by using the interest section and typing in the fan page name of those pages that we thought would have an audience that would be responsive to her offer. So we were able to find those pages that were filled with people who like entrepreneurs who like other pages. So that's one of the techniques we used. And then that was the example from the joint webinar. And she was able to then target the fans of her joint webinar people as well to make sure that they were seeing that ad because they would be responsive to that person's face. So lesson number 3 is to have an ad strategy, but only sell to your warm market. So use Facebook ads primarily for growing your list, get people over to your email list, and use Facebook ads sparingly to show it to people who are on your email list, show it to people who visited your website, or your fans only. So those 3 audiences are your warm market. So don't waste your money on showing ads to people who don't know you already when you're selling. Okay, example number 4 is the Goorin Brothers. And this is actually a contest using Heyo. Is Nathan still here? Nathan, I think he had to go. So I was so excited when he didn't use this example. He didn't, did he? I didn't see it in there. Okay, good. I was like, oh, don't use the example you told me about, shoot! So this was the name a hat after your contest. They designed these cool custom hats, and they had a contest where someone could get a hat named after them. Who doesn't want a hat named after them? And they only spent $70 on Facebook ads. The Heyo app is $30. And they gave away 5 runner-up prizes of hats. So really didn't cost them a whole bunch. But they got, in less than a month, they got 8,404 email entries. And that is huge. That is so awesome. They had ways, again, like Nathan showed you with the app. You could share it. And it was just, it had really good imagery there, too. So lesson number 4 is to give your audience something that they value. You know, it doesn't have to be something super valuable to your company. It doesn't have to cost you a lot of money. It has to be something that they want. And you might even poll your audience. What do you want? What of these 3 prizes that I could offer, what do you want? So that could be a good way to know for sure. So this applies also to products. You have to have a good product before you approach social media. No amount of tweets is going to save the picnic pants. No social campaign can do that, although it is appealing to have something functional that you can eat a sandwich off of. So example number 5 is the chicken chick. And I love this example because I was talking to Kathy, who runs this site. She's had amazing growth over the last few years. And what she did is she started a blog about keeping chickens in your backyard. And she just shared little tips about it, how you knew if they had something on their foot that was wrong or things like that. And she has now grown her Facebook page to almost 500,000 fans. It's amazing, and you would never know that many people like chickens. But What I love about what she does is she really draws in her audience. She says, have you hugged your chicken today? And people are like, well, no, I haven't. And then I imagine that they just go out right outside and hug their chicken, you know, because she tells them to. And then on the right is her Facebook post where she asked them about herself. She's really present on her Facebook page. But they said, I just realized that I haven't heard anything about you. I thought it would be fun if you told me something that I don't know about you or what you do and what kind of work you do. She had almost 1,000 comments, 151 shares, tons of likes on this, all by asking the right questions there. She just is asking people about you. Who do we care about? Me. It's all about us. And so she also does something right that I love, is she focuses mostly on Facebook and Pinterest, because that's where her audience is. You don't have to do it all. It's exhausting. I know that there's tons of sites out there, and I'm not going to tell you to go do everything. I think just focus on 1 or 2 sites and do them really well. Rock them out. She has just been starting to use Instagram and has had great growth on there, but most of her followers are on Pinterest and Facebook, and that's where she hangs out most of the time. And the cool thing is, too, is that she just got offered a book deal, and she's got tons of sponsors. Her revenue model is to get sponsors on her blog. She does a contest every week where she gives away something that the sponsors give her, some chicken-related thing. And she just got a really sweet sponsorship deal with a major chicken-related company. I don't know what it is. But anyway, that's what she was telling me. So it's definitely really cool, and you can just build things up with social media in such a short amount of time. It's a powerful, powerful tool. But the lesson from Kathy is to ask questions, and ask the right questions, and be present. Hang out there, be consistent, and be present so that people understand that they're going to get heard. Bless you. So, example number 6. What are we on, 6? I think this is 6. How are we doing on time? I'm like going super, oh, is the time? You're the time person? No. Okay, good. All right. Good. We're doing good. So, Prudential, bring your challenges. I'm talking fast. Prudential, bring your challenges. Now, I had examples of lawyers, and I thought, I'll look for insurance, because everyone always says, you can't do insurance on social media. It's boring. Well, what I love about Prudential, bring your challenges, again, they're a large company, obviously, but they have a whole site that's kind of around the consumer, and they are asking them questions. Bring your challenges. They say, how old is the oldest person you know? They have like all these people in the comments sharing pictures of their grandma and whatever, and this video got tons of views as well. And they're also using hashtags really well. They are on Twitter, and they've got this 20 stories of strength, and they hashtag time-lapse video. And what I love about that is that really then explains what is in that tweet there, what you're going to get when you get to that Instagram page is that time-lapse video. It's also reaching people who are more interested in time-lapse videos. And it's not just a branded hashtag like Prudential. You know, like, that's just boring. Do something more interesting, like, you know, the whole living longer campaign that they were running, too, that they were working with. So use interesting hashtags, and you can see that time-lapse video of them building their headquarters got a ton of retweets, 61 tweets, 233 favorites, you know, and that's sort of promotional in a way, but still interesting. So some hashtag tools that I would recommend you use if you're looking to learn more about hashtags and what the right hashtags you can use on social media are #HashtagifyMe, and that's a great research tool. That's like, you can see like tweets related to that hashtag, what's in there. You might find new hashtags that you hadn't thought of. They're also being used around that tweet. So I just put in travel, and I found like a whole bunch of new hashtags that were being used there. You can use Tagboard to bring in all the hashtags that are being used with that from different social sites like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. It brings them all into one place so you can monitor all the activity around that hashtag in one space. TalkWalker helps you do a little research and get alerts about hashtag. And then RightTag also helps you do some research around the trending hashtags and things that are going on, around how many times it's been used and that kind of thing. So I would say lesson number 6 is use hashtags to increase your reach. Because there's only a few ways to increase our reach online, on social media. And one is to grow your followers, of course. Others are getting retweeted from people. But hashtags can grow your reach in a way that I think people are underutilizing today. So there's all kinds of rules around how many hashtags are the ideal. And I saw something that said like 11 hashtags are the ideal number of hashtags on Instagram, which, you know, it's just, don't pay attention to like the perfect time to tweet and the perfect number of hashtags and the perfect number of characters. Share interesting shit, okay? That's my takeaway. I'm done. I'm done here. No, so, all right, so example number 7. I wanted to show you some new social media sites that are out there. I know that there's Eileen's periscoping and blabbing. Anyone else periscoping and blabbing and doing things like that? No one? Okay. Do not panic. You do not have to do all this, so don't worry. But there's some cool things with it. If you're really interested in streaming video, I think that 2016 is definitely going to be the year of streaming video. And I wanted to show you an example from the streaming lawyer. I've got like 2 lawyer examples in here. How funny is that? But this lawyer, he is building his own practice, and his name is Mitch Jackson, and he has been using Periscope and now Blab for a while now, and he has regular shows. And what I like on his site is that he tells you what you're going to get on these weekly shows, and he's very regular about when he's participating there, and he tells you, you know what the show is going to be about, so you can connect with him and see if you want to listen in. And he definitely fully credits social media to helping him grow his practice to 7 figures this year. So obviously he probably had he's been in business for a long time, but he is using social media to help kind of humanize him and help connect people to him and realize that he's just a person just like everyone else, and he's not scary. Sometimes people are scared to get involved with lawyers, and so he's on that streaming video to make his first connection with people very personal. So I'm a blabaholic. Actually, I love Blab. I do not need an intervention like Joel Comm does. If anyone knows Joel Comm, that guy's on Blab, I think, all day long. But it's this new tool, Blab.im, is, I think, going to be the Google Hangouts killer. It is a really interesting platform and super easy to use. You have 4 people can be on a Blab at the same time, and then unlimited number of people watching and commenting on the side, so you can be a lurker or you can watch what's going on. It's a streaming tool, so you click on it and you're right in the platform watching the video, and it records. You can record it if you'd like, and then you can also embed it, or you can automatically put it up to YouTube so that you're having content in multiple places. It is really cool for businesses that might be interested in conducting interviews. Now, I've seen a lot of people using it differently. I know that some people are using it to create their podcasts, which I think is really amazing. I saw one person, I was like, this is gone over the top. I saw one person periscoping their Blab that they were making into a podcast. I was like, no, that's too much. But it's happening out there. But Blab is a really cool tool if you want to pull in experts and have a conversation. And it automatically connects up to Twitter very easily, so people can share the Blab super easily with their Twitter followers. And like I said, like you can see, Mitch has got some scheduled about, is Airbnb legal? what kind of things do I have to watch out for in insurance or whatever kinds of things he's got going on. You can subscribe to those upcoming blabs and then watch them later after they've been recorded. So check out some of the new social tools. Lesson number 7 is don't be afraid to embrace those new sites, those new platforms, but make sure you have a strategy. Don't go chasing after the shiny new object just because it's something that someone told you that you have to do. Have a strategy with how you're going to use that material and use it to grow your business. So, some final thoughts. Rock one social site. You don't have to do it all. 1 or 2 social sites max. You want to be consistent, interact with others, ask those questions, and be present. And then also make sure you're growing your list, because social media will change and email is yours. A Weber email is yours to keep. And then finally, have fun, because if we're not having fun, if you're not having fun, your audience isn't having fun. So have a little fun, use some humor, show a little personality. Grandma Mary says, if Grandma Mary can do it, then you can do it too. So thank you.